Don't rush, Joe. Clever if you come in.
Robert? Oh, sorry, when you go.
Yeah. One shot or two, don't come chasing, stay on your back foot.
Reports exploding out of camp claim Anthony Joshua dropped Oleksandr Usyk during a heated sparring session, and the ripple effect across the boxing world has been immediate. Word is, Joshua stunned Usyk with a perfectly timed shot, sending him down hard and proving once again that his timing.
A few times, he gets hit a few times, he gets hit more, gets hit a bit more.
Accuracy and raw power are on another level. Insiders say Joshua left the ring grinning, telling those around him that Jake Paul couldn't handle even 20% of what he brought that day. And instantly, fans began echoing the same belief online. If AJ
in camp, living in camp, training with him day in, day out. And it made a big difference in the fight. So I think he knows that the way that he's going to improve is time in the gym and also the quality.
is doing this to Usyk, Jake Paul is in serious trouble. People inside camp are describing Joshua as locked in, razor sharp, and mean with his offense. Every shot reportedly lands with full authority. There's no coasting, no light rounds, no drifting through sparring.
They get dropped in sparring, but generally is news to me. I've not heard that before.
AJ is treating every session like live fire, and because of that, social media is on fire with chatter. Fans calling this a full-blown warning aimed straight at Jake Paul. Step into that ring, and there's no games. No YouTube bravado, no shortcuts. Joshua is sending a message. Anyone...
It's totally different. Sparring, you're there to learn. So the guy you knocked out in sparring, he's understand, okay, I did this silly move, that's how I got knocked out. So I'm gonna have to stop doing these silly moves so I don't get knocked out.
Thinking they can hang with him better be prepared for consequences. Frank Warren's reaction perfectly captured the shockwave. Clips, posts, and whispers from inside the gym have spread across platforms, sparking both debate and disbelief. Some can't imagine Usyk being dropped.
One of the best I think of the fight. Getting dropped, once again, it's not the end of the world. People get dropped in fights and still win them. Getting dropped in sparring is what it is. I mean, you just got to be able to dust off and kind of keep going.
Others insist that even elite fighters get clipped during intense work. But the story isn't just that AJ may have put Usyk down. It's the larger implication. This wasn't just a sparring moment. This was a warning flare fired at Jake Paul and anyone still doubting Joshua's raw heavyweight force.
I just heard that rumor this morning or last night. I don't know if it's true. Somebody said he's been down in the gym a couple times.
Camp energy is reportedly electric, the kind of atmosphere where every punch feels like it's shaping the future. Derek Chisora cut through the noise immediately, adding crucial context. Sparring knockdowns do happen, he said, but they're rare enough at that.
If Anthony Joshua puts 10-ounce gloves on and gets in a boxing ring and Jake Paul is in the other corner, this won't last long. This will last as long as Josh wants it to last.
Level to mean something. Sparring isn't about damaging your partner. It's about sharpening instincts, discovering openings, and correcting mistakes. Dropping someone like Usyk isn't an insult. If anything, it forces Usyk to make instant...
Listen, we can all joke, but nobody wants any permanent damage to happen to Jake Paul. But if Anthony Joshua hits Jake Paul with the right hand he hit Francis Ngannou with, he could brown bread him.
Adjustments, making both fighters smarter and more dangerous. What it does show, according to insiders, is how ruthlessly AJ is exploiting every opening. This level of intensity in camp is exactly the reason Joshua is considered a nightmare matchup for anyone, especially someone as inexperienced as Jake Paul. Lawrence Okoli put it in perspective too. A knockdown in sparring isn't the...
No, I don't back Jake Paul. That means, what is it you're doing? You have to smoke him in 3 rounds. The same way he did Ngannou. How many rounds was Ngannou?
2, second round.
Exactly. So he has to smoke him.
The whole story. It doesn't define a fighter, it doesn't decide a rematch, and it doesn't crown a champion. But it does speak volumes about the environment AJ and Usyk are pushing themselves through. They're sharpening steel with steel, and while they're preparing each other, the real takeaway for Jake Paul supporters is brutal. If Joshua is looking this sharp against Usyk in the gym, then Paul is stepping into a world he's simply not ready for. AJ is back.
So you think this could be dangerous for Jake Paul?
Oh my goodness, without a doubt. Now the governing bodies now have got to look at this. Would they sanction this fight in any other dimension? No, they wouldn't. But unfortunately, boxing is now more business than show. And this is business. And so the sanctioning bodies aren't going to say, no, this kid doesn't deserve to.
Battle-hardened, experienced, and conditioned to war. Anything Paul's hype suggests is pure fantasy once the bell rings. Shannon Briggs made a point that every fan needs to remember. Sparring rumors create buzz, but the real test comes under lights, under pressure, under scrutiny. Yet the value of these reports is clear. AJ's camp is actively pushing him through scenarios that expose weaknesses and build unstoppable strengths. If he's dropping Usyk, he's seeing firsthand.
It's a very dangerous night's work, and AJ will be, people say, oh, will he take it easy? AJ will be AJ. He don't mess around, he don't play with his spoon. He'll be going in there looking to take him out soon.
Where Usyk's limits exist in a controlled environment, and insiders suggest this is part of a careful, smart strategy to make AJ as dangerous as possible. Talk swirls now, but execution wins on fight night, and Joshua is preparing to execute with precision. Tony Bellew didn't sugarcoat anything either. He bluntly said Jake Paul would be completely outclassed, and the whispers coming out of the gym support that claim. AJ's power, his timing, his rhythm, all reportedly brutal even in controlled sparring. This isn't manufactured hype. This is real. Jake Paul stepping into the ring with AJ would be like walking into a lion's den holding nothing but a camera. There's no YouTube jump cut that can save him once that first right hand lands. Sam Jones delivered one of the rawest takes.
I'm not sure really, Jake Paul's a cruiserweight, isn't he? Not even that. He won't be anywhere near as big as partner of mine.
AJ's right hand is the kind of weapon that can shut the lights out instantly. Insiders have compared its explosiveness to the shots that folded Francis Ngannou. That's the level of danger Jake Paul would be facing. Heavyweight knockout power from a man who has dropped, dazed, or dismantled some of the strongest fighters on the planet. Any hope of lasting rounds against that kind of force is nothing but fantasy. This fight could end in seconds. Derek Chisora doubled down again, saying AJ's dominance right now is non-negotiable. Reports from the gym describe Joshua's sparring as brutal, as in surgical timing, devastating accuracy, and a controlled aggression that makes him even more dangerous. For Jake Paul,
AJ's a massive favourite. He's a natural heavyweight, two-time world champion, Olympic gold medalist. We all seen him. He can punch, he can bang. You see what he's done to Ngannou. Jake Paul, I don't think he's had amateur experience. He's had 12 fights, I think.
Stepping into that environment is basically walking into a storm with no umbrella and no escape plan. If the fight goes past 3 rounds, Paul's only chance is survival, not victory. And even that is a massive if. Like Ngannou, AJ's game plan lately is simple. Overwhelm early, finish quick, leave no room for a comeback. The window for Paul to get through even a single round is razor thin. Johnny Nelson peeled back the curtain further with a harsh dose of reality. Jake Paul is out of his depth. Full stop. Insiders report even governing bodies are aware of the danger, but business, money, and spectacle sometimes outweigh concerns. The optics of allowing a cruiserweight YouTuber with limited experience to fight a...
It'll be the easiest fight of his career. If he wants to get 100 million and not even break sweat, you take the fight. Is it going to enhance his stock as the world's #1 contender? Not at all, because nobody's going to take Jake Paul seriously. But on the other hand, I don't even want to play devil's advocate. What if Joshua seriously hurts this guy, and puts this guy...
Natural heavyweight champion are wild. The risk is catastrophic. Nelson's warning was clear. This is not a fair fight. It's a promoter-driven gamble, and Paul is staring right down the consequences. Eddie Hearn reinforced what many already fear. Joshua doesn't hold back in camp. Reports describe his sparring as methodical, intense, and punishing. There's no light day when AJ is preparing. Every punch is thrown with purpose. Every session is about improving, adapting, and pushing past limits. For Jake Paul, that means the idea of surviving even a single round is daunting. Camp whispers, analysts, and insiders are all saying the same thing. AJ goes for the kill.
Financial welfare, but Jake Paul going into a fight with Anthony Joshua, to me, is absurd. I mean, Anthony Joshua is a legitimate two-time heavyweight champion of the world. He may have got destroyed by Daniel Dubois, but notwithstanding, there's nothing physically wrong with Anthony Joshua that he can't execute. Mentally, he might be in a little bit of a difficult position.
And there is zero margin for error. Dave Allen emphasized the physical reality of the matchup. Jake Paul is stepping into a world he's not built for, a heavyweight world. Joshua's camp is stacked with elite strength and conditioning coaches, savage sparring partners, and experienced strategists. These are men who hit like trucks and move like athletes. Paul, a cruiserweight with no amateur foundation, looks like a fish out of water by comparison. Every jab, every feint, every 1-2 from Joshua carries real consequences. Meanwhile, social media is buzzing with panic from casual fans who now realize the real scale of the mismatch. AJ isn't just bigger, he's faster, smarter, sharper, and infinitely more destructive. Frank Warren made the skill gap painfully clear. Joshua is a natural heavyweight